So, as you can see, my character, let's see if I can do that. So, character is always facing this way, where the ball is. Therefore, go into the game, my right analog depends on the location of the rotation of the character. Okay, so my character is always facing the same way. It's always rotated the same way. But I thought if I was to punch someone, right? If I was to punch, punch this button. Okay, it chooses this animation because of the camera rotation and where I'm looking, added with my left analog. So if I'm walking, if I'm holding down and I'm walking down, this animation will always pop up. Okay, when I stop, and it's true that I'm stopped. Now this is dependable on my X and Y input on my controller. Depending where I'm looking, when I stop, it chooses that idle animation. But as you can see, the ball is still there. The ball is still in front of my character technically. So even though I'm punching like this, I'm actually punching forward. This is just kind of an effect, let's say. It's the same with right. What I'm shooting is actually my key blast, because I just needed to use it for the purposes of testing or to see where my punches are going. The same with that way and that way. Okay. Now the way punching actually works, it's not melee damage as you would do with 3D character. I think anyway. I mean, I haven't really thought about how to do this. I just kind of thought, okay, so I'm gonna do a key blast. So I did the key blast. Obviously, I've got a ball in front of me that's connected to my actor, so that's why it does damage to me, because he thinks that it's part of a character. But I thought, okay, so if I do a key blast, I have to spawn a projectile. If I spawn a projectile, it will have to go a certain way. Then I couldn't figure it out at that point of how to make sure that he spawns the direction I'm facing, because technically I'm facing forwards. That's why the ball is in front of me. That's where I'm facing. Now, it's just X and Y on my analog stick that depend, that choose the animations for me. Okay, so when I do a key blast, it will always go forward. Now I had to make sure that I can punch left and right. So my original setup, was, even though I was punching this way, the key blast was getting spawned here, like minus 100x to forward vector in this line. So it was getting spawned behind me, and when I was coming this way, it was getting spawned plus 100x forward vector in front of me. It's the same for left and right, but on the right vector. So if I was to punch right, the punch would get spawned here, but it would always go forward because my character is always facing forward. So my original idea was to have the character, have the punch spawned about here. Whoever's on the side of me would get hit by the incoming punch that would be going that way. That was my original setup, just to go about it. Now, yesterday I managed to figure it out and find out how to get the character to actually punch the way I want him to punch, rather than the way the character mesh is facing. I hope this kind of explains it. it's really fucking complicated. It took me this whole time I've been working with this, and he only took me what? It took me fucking 2 weeks to actually find out how to make this work. These are the areas, by the way. These are the 2 areas that you'd have to escape to. Either of them, really. But yeah, I've made it so you're gonna collect 3 apples. So when you're up there, you have to punch the tree 3 times, and it will spawn apples depending on the HP of the trees. Oh, fucking hell, brilliant. I hate this fucking collision. Okay, anyways.